All right, so for this lesson, we're going to still be talking about inverse variation. We're just going to be talking about it in word problem format. So one of the things to remember is when it's talking about inverse, they're going to say y varies inversely with x, which means that we need to define what y is and we need to define what x is. And you can also remember that when we are looking at y equals k over x, or we can say that k equals y times x, depending on which format works best for you. So when we look at the problem, we say for number 1, when renting a limo for prom, the number of people, and it varies inversely. So the number of people varies inversely with the cost per person. So when I'm looking at this, I need to, the fact that it said that the number of people, that's going to be the y, and then the cost per person is going to be the x. So originally, there were 6 people, and the cost per person was $34. So that's going to be the information we're going to use to find the k value. Then once we know the k value, we're going to use it to find the cost per person with 12. So again, because of the fact that it told us that the number of people, so the number of people is going to be the y, the cost per person is the x. So to find k, you can use either formula that you want to. I'm going to use k equals y and times x, or x times y. So k is equal to, and that's going to be 6 times 34. All right, so if we pull Desmos up, we have 6 times 34, and that's going to be 204. All right, so if k is equal to 204, now we're going to use that, and we're going to have y equals, and remember we have k over x, so that's going to be 204 over x. That's our equation. So we have the number of people, so the number of people, that's going to be the y value. So we're going to substitute in 12. So 12 equals 204 divided by x. And so we're going to basically kind of cross multiply here to solve. So that's going to be 12x equals 204 divided by 12. So x equals 17. All right, so the new cost per person is going to be $17 per person. All right, so same thing here. It says when building a house, the number of days. So again, it's always going to be y varies inversely of x. So the number of days required to build, and that's going to vary inversely, and that's going to be with the number of workers. So we have our y is going to be the number of days, x is the number of workers. So one house was built in 17 days by 27 workers, or 24 workers. So 17 days to 24. We're going to use that to find the k value. So k is going to be x times y. So k is going to be 24. So 24 times 17, that's going to be 408. So now that we know what the k value is, we're going to use the k. So y equals 408 divided by x. So now it says that the number, how many days will it take? So we want to find the number of days with 3 workers. So 3 workers is the x value. So we want to find y if I have 408 divided by 3. So 408 divided by 3, that's going to be 136 days. So it's super important to make sure you know which is your x and which is your y. And again, that's going to come from the fact that it says y varies inversely of x. So they're always going to say the y value and then the x value when they state that in the sentence. All right, if you have any questions, just let me know.